Sometimes I look at my phone and it's like I'm staring at a stranger. The notifications are mine, but the way they demand my attention feels unfamiliar, hollow, exhausting. I've spent years chasing likes and comments instead of understanding why I need them so badly. Picking apart every post, every caption, convinced that if I could just get enough approval, maybe I'd finally feel okay. But the truth is, no matter how many hearts I get, that voice inside me always finds something new to criticize. Like, why didn't that picture get more likes? Why did they comment on someone else's post instead of mine? I don't even remember the first time I started feeling this way. Maybe it wasn't one moment, maybe it was 1,000 tiny ones. Every comparison, every perceived slight, every time I felt ignored and told myself, see, you're not interesting enough. After a while, you don't even need anyone else to make you feel inadequate. You do it yourself automatically, like breathing, describing the inner voice. Some mornings I wake up and before I even check my phone, that voice is already there. You're irrelevant, you're not enough. You should be funnier, prettier, smarter. And I believe it because it sounds like me. I try to distract myself scrolling, watching videos, anything that keeps me from being alone with that voice. But the silence always comes back, and when it does, so does the wait. People think loneliness is about being alone, but that's not really it. You can be surrounded by followers, getting endless messages, and still feel like no one actually sees you. I've had those moments, standing in a virtual room, smiling, nodding, playing my part, while inside I'm screaming for someone to acknowledge that I'm not okay. But no one ever does because I've gotten too good at pretending. It's easier that way, right? If I act fine, I don't have to explain the storm inside my head. I've asked myself 100 times, why do I crave validation from people I barely even like? And I think part of it comes from never feeling genuinely seen, from feeling like my worth is tied to external approval. Every time I post something and it doesn't get the reaction I wanted, it feels like proof that I'm somehow broken. Every compliment feels conditional, like it's waiting for a catch. I'll hear someone say, "That's a great picture." And my first instinct is to wonder what they really think. I've realized it's not that I want to be miserable. It's that validation became familiar. And familiar can start to feel safe, even when it's destroying you. But there are moments, tiny quiet moments that remind me joy isn't gone forever. Like when I'm out walking and the light feels perfect, or when I finally block someone who brings me down, or when I have a genuine conversation with someone who actually listens. Those moments don't fix everything, but they remind me that I'm still here. That maybe beneath all the noise, there's still a version of me worth saving. For the longest time, I thought connection was this big event, something you reach after you get enough followers, after you accomplish every social media goal. But I think it's smaller than that. Connection is choosing to put your phone down when your brain tells you to obsess over it. It's forgiving yourself for wanting to be liked. It's letting yourself feel proud for surviving the constant pressure to be perfect online. It's realizing you can still build a life even while carrying the parts of yourself that hurt. I started writing down one thing a day that didn't completely suck. Some days it was something simple, like finally unsubscribing from an influencer who makes me feel bad about myself, or how a song actually sounded good for once. And over time, those little notes started to add up. They didn't erase the pain, but they made space for something else to exist beside it. I stopped trying to silence the negative voice and started talking back to it. Yeah, maybe my post didn't go viral today, but that doesn't mean I'll always be ignored. Maybe I don't love myself yet, but I'm trying to understand me. There's this weird myth that self-love means you wake up one day and everything feels perfect. But I think real self-love is quieter. It's showing up for yourself even when you still feel broken. It's deleting the app for a day when you'd rather spiral. It's logging off and going outside after 3 days of staring at a screen. It's replying to a real friend's message even though your brain tells you not to bother. Those things sound small, but they're proof that you haven't given up on yourself. I used to think connection was about being free of loneliness. Now I think it's about finding peace with it. Connection isn't the loud moments, it's the quiet ones. Sitting in your room, realizing that maybe you're okay, even if you're not perfect. It's not about forcing positivity. It's about giving yourself permission to feel everything and still move forward. Though yeah, I still have bad days. I still look at my phone and struggle to see someone worth following. But I'm learning that chasing validation from people I don't even like doesn't protect me. It just keeps me stuck. And even if I don't fully believe it yet, I'm trying to accept that maybe I deserve to feel okay.